Hi guys, this is Ashley back with Lumefinity. Today I'm going to show you how to make this Tigger. I did make some changes to him. His mouth, I did that a little bit different, and we're actually going to do the colors. I'm going to do this dark orange and then this light neon. I used the Rainbow Loom neon orange for this one. I'm going to use this instead of the tan colors. If you look at the pictures of Tigger, a lot of his accent colors are like this yellowish orange. So today I'm going to go ahead and use those as colors as opposed to these two separately. In order to make him, you will need about 160 of these dark colored orange bands, about 55 of this light colored orange, or it's the Rainbow Loom neon orange. You can also use yellow, or if you have them, the dark tanned skin color from the package, you could always use that as well. Or as a last resort, you could always use white. You'll need about 35 black rubber bands and 2 pink rubber bands. I'm using the light pink out of Rainbow Loom's skin colored package. So if you want to collect your supplies, we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and make today would be the top and bottom of the mouth. Go ahead and grab your loom, and we're going to start with the neon orange. And I'm starting at the top of the loom with 2 bands on the left side, coming down 1. And coming down 2 times total. And I'm doing that on the other side as well. Sorry, actually you want to, before you do that, grab your 2 dark oranges. They're going to come down the middle, 1. And then coming to from the middle second peg to the left center peg once with 2 bands, and repeat that going to the right. Then coming down 1 more with the light orange on the left and the light orange on the right. Come down the center with a dark orange. Coming out to your left from the 3rd center peg to the 3rd left, and doing the same thing going to the right, and then coming into the center with a light orange, same thing on the other side. And then we're going to fill in the center with a dark orange. In order to cap it off, we're going to create the nose. You're going to do that on your hook. So take a single light pink band, create 4 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take another pink band, you're going to double it, single double, and pulling this onto there. And we're going to use that as the capping band on the tip for the nose. Just like that. And this is what you should have. We're ready to go ahead and start looping. So you're going to go through the capping band, grabbing the first 2 dark orange bands. They will be coming forward. Go back into that band, grabbing your next 2 bands, going to the left, and then repeat that going to the right. Now before we can go up the side, we need to go ahead and bring these over. So go inside this band, grabbing the first 2 dark orange bands, bringing them to the center, and repeat that on the other side. lost a band. Now bringing the outside bands, bring those forward. You want to bring the center band, so going underneath all these bands, grabbing the two bottom orange in the center, bringing them up. Now going the right side, grabbing the top two dark orange bands, bringing them to the center. And now we can go the rest of the way up. I cannot hold on to bands today. And since this is the top, we're going to be removing, like we do on the other animals that I've made, from the bottom. So go ahead and loosen up down here. Grab your holding hook, and you're going to go from underneath in order to remove it from the loom. And this is what you should have for the top of his nose. Then we're going to go ahead and create the bottom as well. For that we'll be using the dark orange bands, so grabbing two light orange bands. Grab two light orange bands coming down, two on the left with two bands, putting two on the right, coming in from the right second peg to the center third, and repeat that going to the left. You're then going to come down again with two bands on the left and two more on the right, and then bring it back to the center. And then filling in the middle. Then we need to put some crossover bands, so taking a single light orange, double it, coming across the third peg from the top to on the right to the third on the left, and repeat that as well for the second peg to the second peg. We need to cap off the bottom, so taking a single light orange, we're going to create 4 loops. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go in through the capping band, grabbing the first 2 bands, bringing those forward, the next 2 going to the left, and the next 2 to the right, and coming up the side once, then want to go into the third peg from the top, grabbing the first 2 bands, pulling them to the left, the next 2 to the right, and then go ahead and loop up to the top. And we're going to grab our holding hook again, and this time we can just pull it off from the top portion. And this is the bottom part of his nose and snout. The next thing that we're going to work on is the arms. I have already made one of Tigger's arms, so I will make one with you, and then you'll just have to pause the video to make the second one. This is where we're going to be alternating some of our bands. So starting on the top right, you're going to take 2 dark orange bands and 1 black band, placing the black band in the middle, and you're going to bring that down 1 peg. On the next one, you're just going to take 3 dark orange bands, coming down 1 more. For the next one, it will be 2 bands, 1 black, 1 orange, and I usually put my black on top so we don't have too much black in Tigger. We just want a little bit of accent. 2 dark orange, an orange and a black, and 2 more dark orange. We're then going to take a single orange, a single black from the middle peg, the second one, to the third peg. And then we're going to cap this off here at the bottom with a single orange, creating 4 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done that, we can go ahead and loop up. Now once you get to this first set of 3 bands, you're not going to bring that one forward, you're going to bring this one to the left, and then bringing this one forward. We're going to pull this off and reattach it at the top, push that to the side, and then bringing the last one forward. You can then remove it, and this is what you should have for his arm. So go ahead and pause the video and you can make the second one, and then we'll move on. Now we need to go ahead and make Tigger's tail. So the way that we are going to do that, you are going to start at the top of the loom. You're going to be using 2 bands, starting with a black and an orange, and we are actually going to double those. So if you grab both bands, being that it's 2 bands, it's going to be tight, but just grab them, stretch them out a little bit, and you're going to come down. The next one would be 2 orange. You're going to double those. I call them double doubles instead of single doubles. Orange and black. And this part, the tail, if you don't have a metal hook, I would be very careful, because when we loom, this is really tight since it's 2 sets of bands as opposed to just the 1. 2 orange. Orange and black. 2 orange, orange and black, 2 orange, orange and black, 2 orange, and then for the last 2, that will be 2 black, and 2 more black. We are then going to cap off the bottom to create 4 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can go ahead and loop all the way up to the top. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our holding hook. And we'll pull it off, and there's his tail. Okay, now we are ready to go ahead and start on the main portion of Tigger's body. So we're going to be starting from the top of the loom with a single orange and a single black. Again, I do black on top, orange on bottom, from the top center peg down, coming down to the left. Orange and black, going to the right. We are then going to come down on the side with 2 orange bands once, and on the right. And then we will come down the center with the 2 light orange bands. And then from the center to the left. And center to the right. And then going back to the dark orange, come down on the left with 2 bands. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's an orange and black. So 1 orange, 1 black. And repeat that on the right. And then come to the center peg with 2 orange. And then filling in the face, we need 2 light orange from the second to third middle peg, and then 2 dark orange for the third to the fourth. Then we need to create the neck. To do that, it's 3 bands. So you want 2 orange and 1 black, putting the black in the middle. And then coming off the shoulder with 1 orange, 1 black. And then coming down the left, so we're doing 2 orange, an orange and a black, two orange, orange and a black, and then coming into the center with 2 orange. We're going to repeat that exactly on the other side. So starting on the top right peg, shoulder peg here with 2 orange, orange and black, two orange, orange and black, and then coming in with 2 orange. And then we need to fill in the middle. We'll be doing that with the light orange, so coming off the neck peg here, which is 2 light orange, and then 3 light orange, three more, three more. And this is where we're going to add the tail in. So go ahead and grab the tail that you have and place him on your hook. And I found that instead of attaching him as a capping band down here, because then it comes right off the bottom and it involves like a C-clip or having to wrap it up the back, on this one what I did was I actually attached it to the back band so that his tail actually sticks off the back portion. So we're going to take 2 of the light orange bands and we're going to pull the tail onto those bands, and then we're going to place that on this last 2 pegs. And it helps if you have the bases of your loom set up so that the tail can actually fit through the bottom so it's out of the way. And it just gets it out of the way while you're looming. Okay, once we've placed that, we'll go finish in the legs. So starting here on the left, this will be 3 bands. So orange, black, orange. And then 3 orange bands. And then 2 bands, an orange and a black. Finishing off the bottom with 2 orange. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. So you have orange, black, orange. And then 3 orange. Orange and a black. And then finishing off the right with 2 orange. And this is what you should have. Now once you have that, we need to create the feet and the ears to attach to the body, which I have already done one of each here. I will show you how to do one of each, and then you can pause the video to make the second one. So for the ears, we're going to do that on the loom, or on the hook, I'm sorry. Grabbing a single dark orange, you're going to create 4 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to pull that onto 2 dark orange bands. Like that. You're then going to take a light orange and create 4 more loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And grab 2 more dark orange. You're going to pull the light orange on, and the first part of the initial ear that we made. Then stick your finger through there, pulling it off the hook, and move to the other side and pull the remaining part of the ear on. And this creates Tigger's ear. You will then place this on the top peg on the right. So go ahead and create a second one, and we're going to place it over here on the left. Okay, the next thing that we need to make is the foot. I have already made one and attached it here when I did put the other ear on. So I will show you how to make one of the feet, and then you will just have to pause the video to make another one. You're going to grab a dark orange band and create 4 loops on your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to pull that onto 2 orange bands. You're then going to take a single orange and create 4 more loops, dark orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. And pull that onto 2 more orange bands. And we're going to do it just like the ears. So you're going to pull on your 4 loops and half of your bottom part of your foot. Stick your finger in and twist to the other side. and pulling it over the top. Then going to take a single dark orange, double it, and pull everything through, and that creates his foot, and you're going to attach that to the bottom, just like that. So go ahead and pause the video, make your second foot, and we'll continue on. Now once you've made the other foot, we need to create his eyes. So in order to do that, you're going to take a single black band, creating 4 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then taking a light orange and double it, and pulling the black on, and that will hook from the second middle peg to the second peg on the left. And we're going to do that again for the second eye. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking a light orange, double it, and placing it from the second peg on the right to the second peg on the left. And now we just need to place some crossover bands. So you're going to start down here on the bottom, and I'm just going to use orange because I don't want too much black to show through, and you really won't see it here because of the triple having 3 bands. So taking a dark orange, double it, and coming across these bottom pegs, which is 5th from the bottom, creating a triangle, and we're going to do that all the way up his body. And then taking a single dark orange band across right above the neck band on the face, right here. And this is what you should have. We also want to place a capping band down here on the bottom. So taking a single dark orange and create 4 loops. So 2, 3, and 4. And the last thing we need to attach up here on the shoulder pegs is his arms. So take the arms that you created. There is a lot of bands, so you need to make sure that they all get on there so he doesn't fall apart. Keep missing a band. And this is what you should have. And once we have this, we're ready to go ahead and start looping. So first thing that we're going to do is go into this capping band where the tail is, grabbing the top 2 light orange bands and bringing those forward, going back in, grabbing the next 2 dark orange bands, going to your right, and then to your left. Once you've done that, we can go down into the feet and go ahead and loop those up. And don't forget, right here on the legs you have 3 bands so you don't miss any. Then we're going to go straight up the middle. And then coming back down. And making sure you go in through all of the arm bands and grabbing only the bottom two bands. Going in here, grabbing just the 3 neck bands, bringing those up, going in here, grabbing the first 2 dark orange bands coming forward, the next 2 coming to the left, and the next 2 to the right. And you want to stop there and push all of this down. Once we've done that, we are going to attach our mouthpieces. So we want to start with the bottom. And the bottom one, you have 2 sets of 4 bands. So you're going to place these 4 on your right peg, the 3rd one down, and these 4 on the left. And then you want to, when you go to the other side, you want to pull this under the chin peg. Just like that. We're then going to take the top of the snout, and in this one you have 4 of the light orange on each side and then the 4 dark in the middle. So these 4 light orange go on this side, the 4 dark orange go in the middle, and the 4 light go on this left side. Just like that. Once that's in place, we can go ahead and continue looming. So going in the center peg first, past all of the orange bands, you're grabbing the bottom 2 light orange bands. I only got 1. Bringing those up. Then going in this side, grabbing these bottom 2, it's an orange and a black. Bringing those up. And before we can go forward, we need to bring in these 2 bands here. So going in, grabbing the top 2 light orange bands, bringing them to the center. Going in the center peg, grabbing the top, or the 2 light orange bands that are on the very bottom. And now we can bring it up the side. And just go back through and make sure to check for all your teardrops. Then we're going to grab a single dark orange band going through the top part of the head, pulling it through, and create your slip knot. Once you've done that, you can pull them off the loom, starting from the bottom. Don't forget to pull his tail out. And once you pull him off the loom, we're just going to go ahead and straighten out his ears and flip him over. If you want to hide the top charm, you can. Just take your hook through the back and pulling it through the back side. I'm going to push, if you take your fingers up inside the snout and push some to bring that portion down. And I'm going to pull his eyes out some and straighten his arms. Pulling his tail back. And then to make his feet flat, just take from the back side, going inside the single double band that we had placed, and pull. And that creates his feet. And there's Tigger. I really do hope you like him.